Hello, welcome to Guitar Club. My name's Dave, and welcome to this live stream today where I'm going to be just messing around and trying to write a bit of a guitar solo. So, first of all, I'm just going to go through a few things. I haven't posted a video in a couple of weeks. Basically, we've got some big changes happening in our household at the moment, as in we're going to be having a new addition to the household soon, so we've been really trying to get prepared and sort the house out, so I haven't had time to make any videos, so I am sorry about that, but I have got videos in the pipeline. Someone's asked me to do a video about playing in the style of the Arctic Monkeys, so that's going to be coming up really soon. The next video that's going to be uploaded that I'm currently making is about a room change. As you might have noticed, I've changed room. There's going to be the next main video I want to do, the in the style videos, because people seem to like these in the style videos. So the in the style of videos series, I'm going to keep going with that because I really like doing them as well. It's really fun for me to do. But I'm going to do the Arctic Monkeys one next. I think it's all written and ready to go. I just need to film the thing. Then I've got one that I've got in the pipeline that I've got in mind, which is about in the style of AC/DC, which is, I've got some good ideas for that, and I've got a lot of it, and I just need to finalise everything. There's a lot to do with that one, so hopefully that one will be well received as well. And then I've got an idea for keeping up the same kind of thing with the In the Style of series, but I want to start doing some stuff with lead guitar as well, because I love lead guitar. I think most guitars do, so that's kind of what I wanted to touch on in this stream. So I've got an idea that I'm going to make sure this is off. I've got an idea that I want to do this live with in the Style series, another kind of area of it, which is doing it in the style of solos as well. So I've got an idea. I want to try and take a guitar solo, analyse it, and then use the analysis to write another solo within the same style. So what I'm thinking of for my first one is, one of my favourite solos is from a song called I Could Have Lied by the Red Hot Chili Peppers. If you know the tune, then you'll probably know the guitar solo. It's a really cool guitar solo. So what I'm thinking is, and what I've started to do with it, is I've learnt the solo, I've analysed the structure of the solo, and then I'm going to use the structure of the solo to make kind of a roadmap to write a solo for myself. So I have made a load of notes on that. In fact, I'll pull this up. So essentially what I'm going to do today in this live stream is I'm just going to go through and I'm going to find a bunch of things that I'm going to use for the guitar solo. So the main thing for me when I do things like this is I don't want to sound exactly like what I'm analysing. So this guitar solo, I'm not going to take licks from it. I'm not going to just take licks and do what I'm going to put my own stamp on it. That's kind of the whole idea, is I want to make it my own. So the first step is I've taken the analysed the chord progression that the solo's over first of all, and I've written my own chord progression to go. This is a similar vibe but not the same, because if I made it the exact same, I'd be tempted to play the same licks. So let me grab a guitar. Okay. Yeah, I hope you guys do like this new setup I've got as well. This is really cool. It's taken quite a lot of work. This is one of the main reasons why I couldn't do a video last week, because I've been trying to sort out this new room. My room, my old office, is going to be used for another purpose, so I've had to move. But this is a bigger space, so I'm really happy with it. Things are going to change, I'm sure, but I am really happy with it, and I like how everything's close to me. I like it. And I've got more room to keep my guitars nearby, and more importantly, my books. I have tons of guitar books, and I love the fact that I can just go over here, and I've got a bookcase full of guitar books. I've got one behind me as well, full of guitar books. It's great to have them close by. So hopefully, okay, right. So before I go on to going through the chord progression, let's have a look. So we've had a comment, so let's have a little read. So Stephen McGrath bass. Checked out your stuff, mate. There's some really great bass playing. Loved it. I'm hoping you said something about getting a camera sorted. Getting a camera sorted out or something. And then going to upload some more. So I really can't wait to see if you do some more videos, mate, because your bass playing is just awesome. Love it. So what you're saying, so I've been listening to a lot of Smashing Pumpkins lately. Billy Corgan might be a great one for guitar habits. Killer riffs and solos. Light and decent, by the way. Thanks, man. This is really cool. I'm adjusting things as I go, but I'm liking the lighting setup, to be honest. Yeah, Smashing Pumpkins, great suggestion. I'll definitely make a note of that. In fact, it'll come up later. So, great suggestion. Love it. Okay. So, now this live stream, I'm going to keep it really relaxed and just have a bit of fun. So, I say, with this Chili Peppers song, the chord progression of that one, I believe, is something like a B minor to an A to a G. Really nice. But what I've done is, because I want to change the key and change the progression a bit, I've made a backing track around D minor, B flat major, and then G minor. So I've kept the functions of the chords the same, but I've changed them around just so it sounds pretty cool. So I've made that into a backing track. So let me just bring up, if I can, bring up my Pro Tools session. Okay. So hopefully Pro Tools is on the screen. So this is the backing track I'm working with. I'm going to change it a bit as I go when I actually do make the video for this lesson. Oops. Sorry, you guys can just see my screen. There you go, now you can see Pro Tools. You could see some weirdness then, couldn't you? Okay. So it's just a loop like this. I'm going to change it up a bit when I do the actual writing of the solo and stuff, but I like the vibe of it. It's got a similar vibe to that I Could Have Lied by Chili Peppers feel. But basically, I'm going to go through, so I need some licks that are some cool bending licks. I need some arpeggiated kind of licks, so outlining chords. A bit of a couple of runs and things, so I'm just going to go through and jam around, and this is how I write solos a lot of times, is I jam around until I find certain things that I might include that I like the feel of. Now I've jammed around with this a bit, so I've got a few ideas already forming. Now I feel like I need something that's a bit arpeggiated to start with, and I've got this kind of idea that I'm going to work with. Let's see if I can get myself in the shot a bit more. There we go. I like that it's starting off something like that. It's got that Chili Peppers vibe. Chili Peppers solos always have to have nice unison pens, so I'm going to have to put something like that in. Quite liking that kind of vibe. So I definitely feel like I'm kind of outlining the chords. I'm starting off with a walk into a D minor, so D is in D minor, so D to the minor third, and a walk into the fifth, minor seventh up to the root, and the resolve back to the root. And I think that kind of outlines the chord, so it's a bit like an arpeggio, but some nice vib on that note. I think that's the kind of vibe I'm wanting to use to start the solo. Then I had a little idea that I'm wanting to try and use like a phrasing melody lick, which is that kind of vibe. I'm definitely hearing that John Frusciante like chilled out vibe with that. So I'm thinking about using something like that. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm gonna, I think it's gonna be something like that, but then I need some form of, I don't want to say fast licks, but something with a bit more continuous movement going on. So I had an idea, because I like the fact that John Frusciante does these little things quite a lot in this solo. So I was playing around with a lick last night, and this is when I thought about the live stream, because I thought I don't want to start coming up with these licks when I could be doing them on these live streams and having some fun with it this way. So hopefully I can see the guitar okay in this angle. Let's just see if I can move it around a little bit. That might be a bit better. So what was it I was thinking? Definitely think it's something like that. I like those kind of licks. Anyone who knows me knows that I do licks like that an awful lot. I like this kind of fourth interval. See, I didn't actually get very far with this lick when I was messing around last night, because I wanted to do it on the stream. So there is going to be a lot of repetition on this live stream, so I hope that's okay. But this is a lot of my fun than other people's, I'm sure. Definitely thinking a lick like that. Let's work it for a bit. I like that. I really like that. Some of that. So yeah. Okay. So I'm definitely thinking something around those kind of vibes. So hopefully you can kind of hear what I'm going for there. So hopefully it doesn't sound exactly like that I could have lied solo at the moment, because that's really cool. It's like a somewhat like that. Really cool solo. So I'm liking the idea of a nice walk down to start it with that. It's quite nice there, I think. Then into that. So I was originally thinking about something that went around. But I think that's just a bit too much for the start of a solo, so I don't know. I'm definitely thinking, like, because according to my map that I wrote, which is something that I'm going to go into when I actually release the video about what my thinking is, I want to start off with like an arpeggiated run kind of a thing, so I'm really outlining that D minor. I think that's what that's doing. And then it's going to have, I want to have a bending lick, so I'm definitely thinking that. I do like sliding into bends. So a very Guthrie Govan kind of idea. Okay. So that's kind of the idea there, I think, at the first. From there, the road map, I should say, it says something along the lines of a natural minor, kind of a feeling lick, and that's what I'm thinking of when I'm doing this. Yeah, so I want it to be longer though, so like. I like that little pedal tone walk up thing. I was just thinking I was messing around with earlier and thought that sounds quite cool. So if I can link those ideas together so they all form the same thing. Oh, that'd be nice. So and that's kind of like an F arpeggio. No, there isn't an F in it, but it seems to sound quite nice. I think it's kind of well, it starts on an F, but then it's walking into this D minor kind of arpeggio. That's what I'm thinking of. When I do these kind of solos, especially, I always try to think about chords. You're right, Wayne. Good to see you there, pal. Hope you're doing all right, mate. So, yeah, this is the first time I've ever had actually anyone on with my live stream, so really good to see you guys here. It's really nice. Let's have a quick look. So yeah, so good to see you in. Obviously there's going to be a replay. I'm going to put this up on the channel afterwards, so I'll go into details about what I'm actually doing and everything. But essentially, I'm trying to write a solo in the style of John Frusciante from the song I Could Have Lied, and I've for a video that I'm thinking of making. And yeah, essentially I've taken the solo, I've learnt it, and now I've wrote down how I think the structure of the solo is, and I'm trying to come up with my own solo based around that structure. So at the moment, what I'm doing is I'm just trying to find some licks and different things that I want to see covered. Well, basically all the things I want to see. Hey Bulldog, nice to see you, pal. Glad to see you joining us. That's really kind of you to come by. Like I say, this is the first time I've actually had anyone watching these live streams, so I really appreciate it, guys. It's really kind of you to stop by. So yeah, like I say, so this D minor kind of idea to start off with, I'm thinking of, it's just essentially, to be honest, it's a pentatonic lick, isn't it, I suppose. But I'm definitely thinking that's, I mean, it is a pentatonic run, but I'm definitely thinking D, the root, minor third, into the fifth, slide from that fourth into the fifth, always good those slides, into this, I suppose, minor seventh, root, then resolve into that root. I think that's going to be the way I'm going to start it, then that lick going into that. It's a really cool bend, I love that bend, well good. Nice vib on it, it's good, but I'm sure we all know that sometimes being on a bend, what a pain in the arse. What a pain in the arse. So I'm just going to try that a few times again, and then like I say the main thing I'm working on at the moment is trying to get this natural minor scale kind of a run on it. I mean, against fast run, I just want to pick a nice phrasing, but I want to be linking together. So I really like that, but I really want it to link to a similar lick that has a similar vibe, but a bit different. So. There. Now that's probably one of my favourite licks. I took it from what's his name? German guitarist, awesome guitarist called Michael Wagner. Awesome guitar player, brilliant player. Sometimes when I'm bored, if I actually have time to play guitar, I will I'll watch some of his videos and I'll just figure out things that he's played because he just sounds awesome, this dude. In fact, let me just change camera angle so you can hopefully see it. So he's got this great lick that I took where it's like bends up. So you're thinking of major pentatonic box, you know, the that guy, and then you bend up just a tweak kind of a bend on this 13th fret up to this note. So I'm thinking of the D minor chord again. And it slides back into a bend up to the note you just come from. It just sounds so cool. So I'm going to put the track on again. And see how it sounds. Drop my pick. There we go. There we go. Now, let's see. So again, I'm just jamming around to see if I can make this lick sound good over this track. I'm hoping it's got a John Frusciante kind of vibe. And I'm just going to jam around a bit and see if I can come up with any new ideas. Peru. Imagine that, it's awesome. How are things in Peru? You guys all up okay with this corona stuff? That. Terrible bend. Definitely not fully used to this guitar. I haven't played this guitar in years, like a long time. It's nothing fancy. It's just a Squier Affinity, you know, cheap as chips. These aren't they? If anyone else has one, you'll know what I mean. They're pretty cheap, but they're good guitars. They're really not bad at all. They're really not bad. Okay, let me just change my angle back. Right. So yeah, I think this is all starting to come together. I say it's nice being in this new space as well. This is pretty cool. So hopefully this is going to be quite a nice idea for a series. I say the In the Style series seems to be getting quite well received, and I really love making those videos. See, man on the side, another channel under, was it just under Dave Guitar, and I had a video there I did about Ed Sheeran years ago, and I looked at it the other month, and it's got quite a lot of views. It was doing all right, and I thought, well, if that worked, then why don't I start doing this on this channel? So that's why I'm doing these in the style offs, because I think it's a good idea. And I'd say the Oasis one's gone really well, and I'm really happy with that one. That was kind of a transition point for me video wise, making videos and stuff. It's really really flattering that people have actually watched it and learned some stuff from it, so it's really cool. So like I was saying before, is I've got one that I have got in the pipeline ready. It's all written, good to go, needs to be recorded for the Arctic Monkeys, which I know someone's requested. So the Arctic Monkeys one is something I'm looking forward to doing, because Arctic Monkeys, I love Arctic Monkeys. I think they're a great band, especially that first album. So the video I'm making is all about the first album, really. And I say I've got the idea of an AC/DC one that I've got coming up, which I think will be quite good, and this idea of writing a solo in the style of someone. So this John Frusciante in the style of I Could Have Lied is quite a nice one. So I think it's a good idea. So yeah, so arpeggio licks. So I've got a couple going on there. I've got this natural minor thing that I'm going to try and work out a bit more in a bit. I just don't want to spend too much on it now, because otherwise I'm just going to play the same thing over and over again. There's definitely an idea forming there that I really like, so hopefully that'll be alright. I also then need some form of a, I want some form of a run, some form of a nice elongated run. So I've got a couple that I always do, or at least always come up in my playing. So I want to try those out over this track first, and see if they're usable or adaptable or something. So put the track back on. I'm just going to experiment with a couple of runs. Cheers, Wayne. The fast picking on those down bends. Oh, I know what you mean. Right, yeah, this is proper cool, this, isn't it? Let me show you this. If you don't know how to do it, it's really cool. This is something I think I got from the Stevie Ray Vaughan kind of thing. Let me change the camera angle so you can see a bit better. So you get your bend. So that is obviously classic. You know, it's the guitar player's go-to bend, in it. You know, the G string pentatonic bend up. When it's there, and I find for me it works best if I use my fingers, so I'll often just tuck the pick down my fingers, and then I will do this kind of, I suppose it's got a triplet feel, and I'll do the thumb and then the finger. So it's kind of a, you pluck thumb, finger like that, and because you're doing it thumb and then finger, you get this staccato sound. Then if you release your bend slowly as you do it, sounds well cool, doesn't it? It just sounds it. And you can really pick aggressively as well, and that makes it sound cool as well. So it just sounds ace, doesn't it? So if that's the one you mean, give it a try. It's proper fun. It's not as hard as you think. All you have to do is, as long as your accuracy's there with the top of your bend, and then you do this little picking thing. Slowly release the bend while you do it. Really cool little touch to add on to top of them. So I might include something like that in the solo, especially on that high E. Really nice. So it's well worth having a try. But I'm going to try some of these like faster runs. Let's see. Very typical one that I would do that. What about Joe Bonamassa style? Like, see, Joe Bonamassa likes this. Might do something like that. I quite like that vibe. that could link up that phrase quite well. Like, yeah, that could be nice. Could be quite nice, so if I could go for that phrase. I'm thinking something like that. What do you reckon? I think so. I like that going into that little. That's that minor sixth kind of interval as well. It sounds really cool. Oh, nice. Definitely not like that. I don't want that. That'd be quite an easy thing to do, to throw in a quick lick, but it's not got the vibe that I'm after for this kind of tune. We don't want anything too fast in this solo, but I just want something that has a bit of quickness. So let's go for some of the ideas I've got. So 2, 3, and 4. Needs a unison bend, doesn't it? It's very John Frusciante, that maybe I like that one more. I like that. Maybe that could work. So like. Then into that kind of idea of a natural minor. Might be a bit too much. But this is the point, though. This is why I want to do this live stream. So I'm basically gathering a lot of ideas and then see if I can piece them together to make them into a solo. So what's this? So Wayne, yeah, I tried it, but it sounds a mess. I'll try my thumb next time. Yeah, seriously, mate, the thumb and the first finger. It's a bit weird to do at first. I went through a stage a while back. See, I don't want to bore you with random musical bollocks tales. I do work for a theatre quite often, and the musical director I work with, amazing musical director, he's awesome. I can never speak too kindly about him. He's awesome. He's one of the best musicians I've ever known in my life. Been playing piano since he was 2. He's just a genius. But he always does like jazzy ragtime stuff for us to play in these shows. When he has a lot of creative control rather than just playing musical kind of numbers, he'll always put like ragtimey stuff in, and I find to get that kind of tonality and be able to keep up with him, I find I do a lot of like chord kind of stabs, you know, like, and I just don't get the same. I don't get the same vibe. I always like. You get more of a nicer sound with the fingers. So I went for a stage where I just put the pick down quite a lot and just played with the fingers, and I found that when I was soloing with my fingers, I could get a lot more expression out of the notes. So for example, that lick that you're on about, that if I try that with a pick, I can get it to sound good and I like it, but it just doesn't feel the same. There's more expression. I just really like the sound of it. Yeah, mate, try it. Give it a try. The thumb really works with it. But make sure you get that finger underneath as well, because that gives you that rhythmical quality that you're after. So make sure you give it a go. Oh, you said something else there as well, didn't you, Wayne? So, single bend first time, but then the lick again with the unison bend the second time. It's a great idea. So I'm guessing that's the... was that the one at the beginning where I did the... Something like that. I like it, yeah. See, this is also the thing, this is why I like doing this kind of thing, and I might start doing this kind of thing with the live streams more often, because essentially when you write solos, and I'm sure that, because we're all guitar players or play instruments of some sort, is you know that when you write and stuff, it's different to improvising. You start off with improvisations, and then you gather ideas from your improvisations, and you find the cool stuff. And then you work at those things to make them sound as good as you can, and you develop the ideas as best you can. And then it's about, to be honest, taking stuff out, because I don't want this solo to be too long. I want it to be about 12 bars long, and that's it. So I'm trying to find the right stuff to put in. But the best way at first is to gather loads of ideas. The more ideas you get, the better, really. So let's see. So I'm going to put a track on again. I'm just going to noodle around again, and let's see what happens. So let's see. Oh, go. Angle. Right. So let's say I've got an arpeggio lick to start with. I think that's going all right. It's definitely going to be something like that. I might refine it some more when I tab it out and make sure it sounds really cool. Phrasing is really important to me. Then we've got that bend. I like the... Oh, I like that. Oh, yeah. I like that. Oh, that could actually work quite well, so... Yeah, that could work, something like that. I think it flows a bit more. So what I just did? So it's into... in there, I like it. Okay, so I also need... What do I need? So I've got an arpeggio bass thing, natural minor. Okay. I want to find another cool bending lick. So, what to do? Got to have one of those in it. That's so John Frusciante. Maybe. Terrible. You can tell this action's higher than I'm used to. I like it. It's got good tone, this guitar. That could be something. See, in I Could Have Lied, there's this beautiful walk up that he does. Oh, stop recording for some reason. Let's see. This really beautiful walk up he does in that solo. Now, I always forget how to play these things, but let's see if I can remember it. Ah, someone's retracted the message. That's a shame. I'm liking this getting messages, guys. This is really cool. It's so cool. What is that thing? It goes, something like... Something like that, innit? The end of the, like the climax of I Could Have Lied solo. It does something like that. Something like that. I don't know. I can't remember it. But that's what I need, is like a big climactic bend to really, like a climax. It needs to have a nice flowing walk up to a point that's quite high up the neck, and then a really cool bend to top it off. So let's have a little play around. Keep dropping picks today, guys. I'm not used to this setup. It's getting stuck in my hands. So. Not that. That's the bend. That's not what I get to. It's a great bend. It's a great note, that. What's he say? Okay. It's not flowing, that, to me. Oh, that might be nice. Something like that, I'm thinking. I don't want to be too fancy, but I like the idea of interval jumps like that. So if I'm getting... and that kind of ties into that, firstly. So if I had like a... I'm thinking something like that. I'm going to work on that, see if I can develop that into an idea. Okay. Don't it, these vibs. Yeah. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, it could be quite cool, something like that. That could work, something like that. I'm going to adapt it, make it really so it works, but I think that could be a nice climax. I actually like that one more with the pick than the fingers, so that could be... I'm going to fill in the gaps a bit, but I think that's going to be quite good. Okay. Now, I don't want the run to start on the number 1. I'd like it to start like a lead in, so maybe on the 4 and 2 and 3 and 4. It'd be nice if I could get the so to descend a bit, so it goes a bit lower like that. So maybe into... So after that speed run, which I'll develop into something, but that idea of... Oh no, bollocks. Yeah, I really, as I mentioned before, I love those slide bends. If I could get the run to stop up there, then walking into this arpeggio there, which is it's like an F major arpeggio, taken from that sweep. But obviously, I'm not going to sweep anything in this solo. Be a bit much, that, wouldn't it? But this guitar really hard to do though. Okay, so where am I? Oh, maybe then we get that really smooth, like really legato, glassy kind of. So it could end with something like that. Okay, so I've got a bunch of ideas, plenty of ideas here, but I'm going to see if we can just jam it around a little bit more. Because I think that big bend idea is definitely a climactic thing. Oh, my fingers. Make sure I know what's going on. Cool. Ah, piss off. Sorry, don't want me to swear. don't like that note. Yeah, okay. This is the main lick that I'm having a bit of trouble with thinking about what I'm going to do. I can feel it's there, I just can't get it out. So. Oh, that's better, yeah, rather than doing the old Gilmore thing. What am I doing? Like that. There's definitely some ideas for me. I'm just gonna have a little stop for a second, give my fingers a little break because to be honest, I'm not used to playing this much, to be honest, at the moment. There's a lot of people who are probably aware the older you get, the less chance you get to actually play, which makes me quite happy. I did a lot of practice when I was younger. So if anyone does have any questions they want to ask, then please feel free, because like I said before, we're going to be having a new addition in this household soon, which is exactly why we've had the room change. So if you did miss earlier, I am going to be doing a video very soon, hopefully next week, about these changes that have happened. Then we've got one coming up, which is the Arctic Monkeys one that someone requested in the style of the Arctic Monkeys, which I'm really looking forward to because it's all written and ready to go, and I think I've got some good stuff in there. Hopefully it'll be pretty good. Then I've got one that I want to do about AC/DC, which I'm really looking forward to as well. And then I've got this idea of a new series, which I think should be quite good. And I'm definitely going to do more of these live streams. So if anyone does ever want to ask any questions or anything, I'm going to try and do a live stream at least once every couple of weeks. And if there is anything you want to ask, then feel free. Just 1 second. Right. Okay, so I definitely feel like I'm getting some good ideas there. The problem is as well when you're writing solos like this, I'm sure people often think when you do things like this, when you write a solo, when you hear a great guitar solo by someone, and I'm definitely not talking about one of mine, but I mean, like, when you hear a great guitar solo, I'm sure people think people just come up with them in a heartbeat. They just, there you go, it's done. I just don't think it works like that for people. And when people do that, it's usually because they've got an idea in their mind first, and they've got their ears trained into what they want things to sound like, and then they've got their ears sort of so they know what they want to sound like, and their fingers are trained up so they can execute what they can hear. But I do find that most people write solos by playing and noodling and stuff and improvising. I mean, I improvise a lot. I always have done, and that's usually when I find I come up with things that I wouldn't normally play, and that's when I then have to force myself to work on these ideas. Like, it wasn't live, this is why I went like, so I remember thinking of that idea of that, and I remember thinking that is something that I'd like to capture on live streams, of me trying to come up with these things, then getting an idea and then developing it. So the idea there of that is actually what I'm going for. I think the idea behind that is a really nice idea. So just checking, make sure nothing's going on here. Okay. Right. Yeah, I'm not going to stick around for too much longer. Like, obviously, I'm losing viewers now, which is fine. I've had more people watch this than ever before. So again, just want to say thank you so much. This is really appreciated. I'm really glad this channel is starting to grow. I've been doing this YouTube thing for a long time with different channels and things. So the idea of this channel is actually growing. to some extent. He's just awesome, man. It's just awesome, you know. And the fact that people have been getting in touch saying they really like what I've done and what I'm making is so cool, you know. So this is why I do want to say, if there's anything you want to see covered or anything you want to ask, feel free to get in touch with me, because I mean, I've been teaching guitar a long time now, all in my local area, and it's just really cool that we now have this platform that we can use. I've never really thought about doing the YouTube thing to this extent before, but the idea of people from different parts of the world rather than just in my local area having lessons with us. So if you can also, actually, that's what I haven't mentioned, if you do want a lesson, get in touch and we'll discuss things like Zoom and Skype and things like that. But if you do have any questions or anything, just let me know. But yeah, that idea, I really like that idea. I know it's there, the actual lick I'm after, but something like that, innit? It's definitely that. I think it's that. I keep going back to that one, to the I don't want that note. Nope. Ah, that could be it. That'd be nice. To be a break. Ah well, it's all coming though, so yeah, that's cool, that is. Yeah, it's weird, like I say, is I've never had people actually get in touch on here before or anything, so you might see I have this screen for the live chat. Research on these things. I don't actually know if you actually see. I might have to adjust it, change the background colour of it. But it's so cool that you guys have actually been involved in the live stream, and I'm definitely going to do them again. If there's anything you want to cover in any videos, then please let me know, and I will get in touch. I'll cover them in the live stream or in a lesson. I'm really intrigued by what this DNA decided to retract. Maybe maybe it was something to do with the fact I need a haircut. Maybe, I mean, I definitely need a haircut. Okay, right. I'm gonna leave now, guys. My fingers are really sore, and I think that's some idea there that I'm gonna start piecing together into this solo. So if this all goes well, this might end up being a bit of a new series that's similar to the other series, about in the style of, but just a bit more about the fun stuff like playing lead guitar. So hopefully that might be out in the next month or so. We'll see. Just a lot going on at the moment. Yeah, so thanks very much for watching, guys. I'm going to leave it there. So take care of yourselves, guys. Much appreciated. And thanks for the likes and the views and all that stuff. Take care of yourselves. See you in a bit.